Let's be real. Jenny Humphrey was never the easiest Gossip Girl character to love. On occasion, though, viewers genuinely wanted to see her win. Jenny was passionate about pursuing a career in fashion. She was passionate about having her happily ever after with Nate Archibald. And she was passionate about maintaining Queen Bee status at Constance as a high school student. Here's a breakdown of 10 times Gossip Girl fans actually rooted for Jenny and wanted to see her win. When she refused to give her virginity to Damien Dalgard. Jenny wasn't about to make a huge mistake by sleeping with Damien just because he was pressuring her. While Jenny and Damien were in a relationship, he was the worst influence on her ever. But what really pushed her over the edge was when he told her that having sex with him was pretty much a requirement for the relationship to continue. There was nothing romantic about it. There was nothing lovey-dovey about it. In fact, Damien treated the entire experience like something that should be rushed through, as if it had no meaning at all. Jenny wasn't down for that, so the relationship crumbled. When she gave heartfelt advice to Dan about pursuing Serena van der Woodsen, it was easy to root for Jenny whenever she was a good sister to Dan. She gave him advice about his love life regarding Serena, since she knew his feelings for Serena were so real. In some cases, when Dan was feeling too insecure to move forward, Jenny encouraged him to put himself out there anyway. Without Jenny there to pump Dan up, there's a chance he wouldn't have been brave enough to start talking to Serena in the first place. Jenny was always an incredibly supportive little sister to Dan throughout the entire series. When she talked her way out of getting arrested, Jenny was a total badass when she faced off against cops outside of Eleanor Waldorf's storefront. She was there as part of a truth or dare game, and Blair Waldorf left her there to get taken into custody by police officers. Jenny was a smooth talker in that moment, and she figured out exactly what to say so the cops would leave her alone. She pretended she was Blair and told them Eleanor was her mother. The cops let her go, and she showed back up at Blair's sleepover feeling extra powerful because she was able to out-scheme a master schemer like Blair. When her fashion designs were so impressive, Eleanor Waldorf tried to steal them. Whether you loved Jenny or hated her, one thing you can't deny about her is that she was talented when it came to fashion designing. She knew how to design and sew some of the prettiest outfits ever. When she was still a young teenager, she was already coming up with ideas that were beyond impressive to the adults around her. For that reason, even Eleanor was tempted to steal some of Jenny's designs. Eleanor loved having Jenny as an intern because she was well aware of Jenny's undeniable talent with a sketch pad and sewing machine. When she attended the white party in the Hamptons, Jenny didn't have the funds to purchase designer dresses for upscale parties all the time, but she did have her sewing machine. When it was time to attend the white party in the Hamptons, Jenny showed up wearing a beautiful dress that she sewed herself. It was an off shade of white that Jenny looked amazing in based on her age range and innocence at the time. The dress helped Jenny pull in compliments from the exact people she was hoping to impress. Talk about a power move! When she first befriended Eric van der Woodsen after he checked out of the Ostroff Center, it was beyond easy to root for Jenny based on her friendship connection with Eric. Of course, their friendship started going off the rails and heading in a bad direction later on, but at first, their friendship was amazing to watch unfold. Jenny and Eric acted like brother and sister because they were there for each other as the younger siblings of Dan Humphrey and Serena van der Woodsen. In many instances, they had each other's backs. Jenny was there for Eric at a time when he needed friends the most, following his self-unaliving attempt. When her fashion designing talents were so impressive, she almost launched her own line at 15 years old. Jenny had the opportunity to potentially launch her own fashion line at a young age because her talents were so obvious. Unfortunately for her, her father got in the way and wouldn't allow her to pursue her dreams. If it wasn't for Rufus Humphrey, Jenny would have been one of the youngest and most successful fashion designers in Manhattan. The opportunities were rolling out in front of her after she pushed forward with her guerrilla fashion show at Barton Lily's event. From there, it could have been full steam ahead for Jenny as a fashion designer. Just imagine if Rufus hadn't blocked her ambitions. Honestly, it's almost impossible to judge Jenny for trying to file for emancipation since her dad was such a terrible dream blocker. If Jenny had successfully filed for emancipation to pursue her dreams of being a fashion designer, that might have actually been the best path for her. When she tried to defend Nellie Yuki from mean girl bullying, Jenny understood how it felt to be on the receiving end of bullying, and she didn't want to see anyone else go through it. That's why when she noticed Nellie getting bullied by some of Blair's minions, she was determined to put an end to it. Jenny was defensive of Nellie because she wanted to prove that Constance could be run in a peaceful way without the hierarchy Blair had created. Later on, Nellie revealed that she didn't even want protection from the bullying, but Jenny still tried to help. When she initially tried to become Nate Archibald's girlfriend. No one can knock Jenny for wearing her heart on her sleeve and doing everything in her power to try and make things work with Nate. She desperately wanted to end up with him, and she didn't necessarily care to let any obstacles get in her way. In some cases, Jenny's methods for getting with Nate were unethical and wrong, but at the very beginning, it was certainly easy to root for Jenny while her crush was developing. One of the first serious conversations Jenny and Nate had was on an outdoor staircase near the building where Blair was hosting her 17th birthday party. Jenny was there for Nate in a way that he emotionally needed while he was dealing with family trauma. All signs pointed to a love-filled relationship blossoming between them. Jenny had real feelings for Nate, and there are even some Gossip Girl fans who believe they should have been endgame all along. When she ultimately launched her fashion line with Blair Waldorf, rooting for Jenny was a breeze in the finale episode of Gossip Girl when it was revealed that she and Blair linked up for a brand called J for Waldorf. Jenny and Blair went from being enemies to friends to enemies again to business associates. Although Jenny and Blair went through the ringer regarding their frenemy-style bond with each other, they ultimately ended up working together well and staying on good terms. It was a great way to tie up their joint storyline after all the drama they both put each other through. One viewer posted about the J for Waldorf logo on Jenny's bag in the finale, writing, "I never noticed the logo on this bag. How fitting and wonderful for Jenny." The final scene of Gossip Girl was full of so much love, but some aspects of it, like this part, felt rushed. Blink and you might miss such lovely details. This makes me so happy for Jenny. After everything that happened, she deserved success and peace. Do you agree that it was super easy to root for Jenny during all these times? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below.